Now, what I think is happening right now is we are watching the art of the deal in real time. And the art of the deal is this. Trump is working behind the scenes we've seen so many Iranians defect, especially as the leadership keeps dying. There's been several defections of leadership. Of course, there are somebody trying to negotiate with Trump, but there's also bad eggs that don't want this to happen. They might not have full control. We don't know. There's so much going on, fog of war. But what is clearly happening is Trump is he's gaining leverage. He's putting the ultimatum out there, and then he's putting on a deal. Now, you know what's happening in 5 days? Number one, this is how Trump keeps markets from tanking and oil from spiking. So that's number one. That's good for all Americans, okay? Especially the oil part. Number two, those 5 days, because now the deadline will be on Friday evening after markets are closed, or Saturday. But also in those 5 days, you know, we have more troops and ships heading over to Iran. So in those 5 days, if they do not do this, Trump has just bought time for more people to arrive to maybe take Karg Island or something else. We don't know what the plan is, but I think it's pretty clear to say Trump is in motion. Now, the FAGA influencers, the Trump haters are out there saying, Taco Trump again. He comes through again. He always chickens out, except for now we have a year, almost a year and a half of watching Trump do this. Usher ultimatums, stuff happens, people all freak out, and then Trump cleans it up over and over again. Everybody keeps falling for it. And every time Trump wins, trade deals with the Democrats, dealing with Congress, he just keeps winning. He's showing everybody negotiations. And what this tells me, guys, is we are getting very close to the end of the Iran war. We're getting very close because Trump is ratcheting up the pressure right when they're at their weakest, their most vulnerable. Because while we've been unloading onto them, Israel's also been doing all kinds of stuff on the ground, special ops. They can't have a leader without them getting taken out. People are defecting. Guards, policemen, IRGC members aren't showing up for work. We're getting all kinds of stuff. Oh, by the way, I'm still waiting on that super duper secret special missile that Iran has. It's going to blow us all away. Scott Ritter, Douglas McGregor, you frauds. What happened to that? What happened to us running out of ammunition this week, running out of our missiles this week? Remember that lie? Remember Ann Vandersteel out there saying we're going to run out of, all kinds of like gases and energy. She said helium was going to be dried up. We were going to be completely out of rockets. Where is all that? So far, none of the dooming has happened. None of it. And yet, everybody just keeps freaking out. We haven't even been at this for 4 weeks, guys. Not even 4 weeks. Here's Trump himself in his own words talking about what's going on.
So, tomorrow morning sometime, their time, we were expected to blow up their largest electric generating plants that cost over $10 billion to build. It's a very good one. There was no dearth of money. And one shot, it's gone. It collapses. Why would they want that? So they called. I didn't call. They called. They want to make a deal. And we are very willing to make a deal. It's got to be a good deal. And it's got to be no more wars, no more nuclear weapons. They're not going to have nuclear weapons anymore. They're agreeing to that. Any of that stuff, there's no deal.
Does this guy look scared to you? Does he look nervous? You know, one interesting thing I picked up when he said that is he said they called. Now, last week, what did we hear? Iran wants a deal, and Trump said, no go. I don't even want to talk a deal. Nothing's on the table until you're delivering the uranium to us. This time they delivered a deal. See, Iran is one of the biggest liars out there. Okay, the dictatorship. oppressive regime. They even believe, religiously it's okay to lie to the infidels. So you can't trust anything that comes out of their mouth. We had an Iranian defector reporter who's actually Persian or Iranian, and talking to them on CNN, telling them that everything the Iranians are putting out is a lie. It's all AI. It's all deflection. None of it's true. And the CNN reporter didn't know what to do with herself. She's just like, this isn't great. This is making us look bad because it makes Trump look really good. It's all lies. Everything they say. So, and by the way, now we have all these people parroting Iran as if like they're the great people we should trust. I mean, wait till I show you what Tucker said the last couple of days. My God, that man is digging himself a deeper and deeper hole. If he had anybody left on the MAGA side trusting this guy, it's going away fast. It's going away real fast. And I don't even know, like, what audience are you keeping? Tucker, we loved you. We embraced you. Some of us didn't trust you, but most of us did. I'm one of them. I gave you the shot. I saw you give arguably the best speech at the RNC. You were there by Trump to win this. I mean, you did great work, and now you've gone crazy. And when I show you guys that, it's like, it's shocking, the stuff he's saying. Yeah, the China stuff was shocking, and now he's making even crazier statements. I don't know what's going on. Like, it is the only thing I can think is all assets deployed. All assets deployed. The Iranian stuff, it's MI6, City of London just being like, everybody out there, run everything you can. We have to deflect this. We have to beat Trump. We have to ruin his base, because his base is his power. The movement is his power. That is the only thing that makes sense for these influencers to go so crazy, and for somebody like Tucker, who was so close in the circle, to be going crashing out the way he is. It's insanity. It's insanity. But let's stick on Iran for now. Here's Jesse Waters, and I just want to play this minute 45 here because this clip is really good and gives you an excellent idea of where we're at. Jesse just continues to do bang up work.
They sided with the Iranians. They think the Iranians are telling the truth, and Trump's just making it all up. These are the same Iranians who last week claimed they sunk one of our carriers. They lied about their nuke program and how many civilians they slaughtered. Maybe Iran's trying to look tough to keep their population in line. Or maybe, since they're all hiding with no cell phones, they don't know who's talking to who. The gay Ayatollah's MIA. The CIA thinks he's wounded, and he might not even know he's in charge. We haven't seen proof of life. And while he's on an IV drip, the Republican Guard's consolidating power. But some ran into the woods and haven't been seen since. Literally. The head of Iran's militia escaped into a forest and pitched a tent. Ordinary Iranians spotted him making a fire, tipped off Mossad, and the IDF took him out with a missile strike. Reports say Iran's security forces are on the run.
The Iranian regime is in chaos. This is Hitler's bunker. Hitler is dead. Himmler is dead. Goring is dead. Most of what you're seeing are lone wolf activities.
Trump can't even say who he's negotiating with. It's too risky.
I don't want him to be killed. Okay? I don't want him to be killed.
Mr. President, you deployed.
Nobody wants to be that. Nobody wants that job right now, you know? Nobody's exactly looking forward to being the head of that particular country, but perhaps we'll be able to solve that problem.
Trump's announcing he's negotiating with the Iranians makes what's left of the regime not really trust each other.
All right. Great stuff, Jesse. Thank you so much. But it's all lies. And Jesse just broke it down so perfectly. But and then also the fact that they won't name it, and some people are taking that as Trump lying. But doesn't it make sense that they don't want him to be killed? Now, Israel not helping us. the Jerusalem Post did name the guy they believe it was. And so he had to come out and disown it because, of course, if it comes out that he actually is the guy that's negotiating with Trump, they're going to turn on him. They'll call him a turncoat. He'll be murdered. I mean, this is the Iranians we're talking about. They killed a 19-year-old. I didn't cover this on my show, but just last week they killed a 19-year-old wrestler. They threatened the Iranian women's soccer team who wouldn't bow for their anthem to kill their families if they didn't come home. Yeah, these are not good people. They are bloodthirsty, disgusting people. But more proof stuff's coming out, guys, that this is trending in the right direction. Trump's heading in the right direction. Is this? Russia is now urging Iran to end hostilities immediately. They're losing all support. Russia was supposed to be World War III. Iran was supposed to be the trigger that got us into war with Russia and China. Remember that nonsense? How many times have I told you guys that? Well, you probably all know it too from being taught it forever, but Iran is the big bad number 3. China 1, Russia 2, Iran 3. You don't mess with them because it leads to World War III. It ends us. And now no big deal. And Russia's like, dude, chill, guys. Chill. China's out there being like, our oil, man, we're not fighting the Americans. Are you kidding us? Good luck. Have fun. Please send us some oil. Like, there's everything we've been told is wrong. All this military intelligence is wrong. And now Russia's out like, guys, end it. But they're not the only ones. Turkey, Egypt, Pakistan, passing messages between the U.S. and Iran over the past 2 days in an effort to de-escalate. This is Barack Ravid, man. This isn't like, a Trump supporting guy saying this. This is an Axios reporter, but he is a White House correspondent who he gets scoops. Senior officials from 3 countries held separate talks with White House envoy Steve Witkoff, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. Mediation ongoing and making progress. Discussion about ending the war resolved. So they confirm it, and they confirm it. They're using proxies. Turkey, Egypt, and Pakistan. When did you ever think we'd be working with those 3 countries? This is the entire region once it's over. And these are sovereign countries that have not been part of EU. Now there's Muslim Brotherhood stuff in there. Isn't that interesting? I don't know. We'll have to follow how that goes, in which case they'll want Iran, if they do broker ceasefire, they're going to want Iran to still control the oil because that's all City of London. So we'll watch and see how this plays out. But they're not the only ones. Like I showed you Russia, but we also got the Sauds. The Saudis are like, dude, don't do this. Where is it? Hold on, guys. 1 second. Here we are. Saudi Arabia is close to his decision to join the attacks against Iran. Wall Street Journal. It's only a matter of time before the kingdom enters the war. They're all done. Iran's screwed, guys. We are waiting for that big, bad, super bad rocket missiles, that they have, guys. Remember I showed you that post last week from Died Suddenly? That whole breakdown. Our super secret sources, which are never wrong, have reported to us that Iran is just waiting for the Americans to stop, and then they will unleash hell. They have the super duper secret rocket man's firepower that they're going to unleash. What nonsense. I called it out then. I continue to call it out. Guys, we've slowed down. We come in waves right now. But this is the time when Iran, they launched their super duper secret missile and it didn't even hit. It did travel 4,000 kilometers, which is enough that if they had warheads, watch out. You can't allow it to happen now since it can hit every single European city. Yeah, wake up call. But it also was Iranian technology, just not quite there. And they fired 2. That, for all we know, that's all they had. But regardless, whatever that missile was for, and honestly, I'll tell you what, at this point, it's starting to look like that was a trigger to validate Trump. I'm starting to wonder. I'm really starting to wonder if there's already stuff behind the scenes in this that's settled, and the rest of this is just playing out the way it needs to play out so the world can accept it and Trump can get the win he needs. I don't know, because that missile firing is looking more and more suspicious since they didn't follow it up with anything else. I mean, we have the Europeans. Where is it? Right here. Europeans realizing Trump was right, now concerned Iran has a capability to launch missiles at them. On BBC, I saw people apoplectic Iran could possibly hit the UK with missiles, no defenses. I heard somebody today on one of my videos was like, oh, did you guys know that they didn't really shoot that rocket? That was Israel. I'm like, oh my God, these people. I've been getting so many dumb people in my comments lately. It's crazy. It's like, this is a price you pay as your reach grows. This channel has grown a lot this last month. I had my best month ever. And thank you all for the support. Thank you all for showing up. It's humbling. It's humbling that people come to watch me rant and rave, talk to you guys the way I talk to my friends about news. You know, this is my outlet, and like where I get to process everything, and just really grateful to you guys for supporting my hobby. But the price you pay with that is all the tards come out, man. The Israel tards, the libertards, they all have to say something stupid, and they all have to tell me how dumb I am for, whatever. It doesn't affect me. It's more funny than not, but it's like, God, get off my page. Like, I don't want this notification. It's worth a waste of time. But they're like, this didn't even happen. Israel fired that rocket. Really? Then why is Europe actually scared of this?
Today, and I saw people apoplectic that Iran could possibly hit the UK with missiles, and they have no missile defenses. Now, they're not admitting openly that Trump was right, but I think they're implicitly admitting that.
They're not admitting openly that Trump was right. Of course not. They're the EU. Why would they ever do that? It's so ridiculous. These people, man, it's crazy. But again, that missile fired off was a warning shot. And everybody's paying attention. Now all these countries are coming together, being like, we got to end this. We got to end this. A, it's proven Iran was an imminent threat. We won't admit Trump was right, but he's right. B, Trump's getting ready to go full bore. This is the operation. They see the troops moving across the ocean over to take Karg Island or whatever they're going to do with the Strait of Hormuz. We're not going into Iran proper. We're not going to do that. There's not going to be an invasion. We're talking 5,000 troops. You'd need 200,000 to do that at least. That's not happening. There's no sign of invasion. Trump's holding up his end of the bargain there. But we're going to do whatever we can to control the oil flow. Doesn't mean Trump's not looking to control the profits, but this is the key. Get rid of all uranium, everything, force a new regime in through a deal like we did in Venezuela, and which isn't quite the different regime, but new leadership that's acting much differently, and get the oil to open market. So City of London loses its control and China suffers because China's been getting that oil for pennies on the dollar. They've been buying wholesale, and Trump's like, no more. He's negotiating all this, and it's just changing everything.